I'm late and the whole world stops. Hi, Liz. Damn, dude. I'm sorry. I was applying for jobs. Jeez Louise. Okay, well, now I feel bad. If that was your intention. In a couple of minutes, you're gonna hear the steam noise. The steam, bloop. Response. Same, Art. Throw out 1,000 fucking apps. At best, I get a. We've decided to go with another candidate this time. Thank you for your interest. And then people say, oh, you gotta hit the pavement, you gotta go in. No, you go in and they go, oh yeah, you could apply online. Yeah, okay, thank you. Have a good one. Goodbye. I got a job. Well, unfortunately, this job doesn't pay a whole lot, though I would like it to someday. But at the moment, I need some supplemental income. Even if it's just part-time, just something tangible, something steady. On Twitch, there's such a range that I make that it's not reliable right now. I could make $200 one month, or I could make $400 one month, or I could make $700 one month. So it's very, very wishy-washy. Shout out to interviews invited to. The store manager had no idea that he was talking about AI interview scheduling. Oh, HR is getting replaced by AI. It's fucked up, coags, but true. Yeah, that's so. Here's the problem I'm facing is that I don't have a college degree. Okay, and you think, okay, you don't need one, and you're right. I have experience, equivalent experience, in most of the jobs that I'm applying for, but they're required a bachelor's in anything. A bachelor's in any, it doesn't even have to be related to the work. Just that you have one, because they can, because it's so saturated with people with bachelors. And so what happens is I put my application in, and it's not ever seen by a human being because it's auto rejected because I don't have college experience. So I'm literally just fucked. And it's shit that people with degrees, like people without degrees, it used to be those menial jobs that people without degrees would apply for, like administrative positions. Applying for Japan. Oh, there it is. That's our next game. Are you playing? That's how it is for Japan visa. No, that would be such a fucking adventure. But I can't do that. Plus, a bachelor's. Those who are getting their bachelor's can't get jobs either. That's crazy. Wonder if that's why. Yeah, like so. I was like looking Indeed, like especially this morning, and it's all required 4 years bachelor's, 4 years college. But then it says like or equivalent experience. But when you submit your application, it just auto rejects because I mean I'll get a rejection within 5 minutes a lot of the time because I when you go to apply or sometimes it won't even let you apply because the where it says like bachelor's degree and it says required in parentheses is red and then I can't even apply to it. And again, I'd like to reiterate, it's like administrative positions. This isn't something that's rocket science. And it's things that I have previous experience in. Lie. I went to, I went to a university somewhere. A fake degree online. Man, I can't be a liar. I can't do that. My morals are, I don't know. I don't want to be like, oh, everybody who lies doesn't have morals, but like I don't know how I can live with myself. You can ask to have a degree that matches the job you have, or the job required a level of good at it, so you deserve a diploma. Is there's no. There's to my knowledge, there's nothing like that here. Alright. A LinkedIn stalker and try to chat someone up a little where you want to work? Has ever done that, of course. So there's the yeah. Workers' rights, yeah. Yeah. I think jobs in general right now are very volatile. I might have to go back into retail, which I'd rather pluck my own eyes out, but here we are. It helps you live with yourself. Yeah. Is there something that they can like... My biggest fear is getting caught in a lie. So like, let's say I have a college degree of whatever on my resume, and then they ask me about it, and I'm gonna go yeah, it was great. I like went to like college and stuff. It was really fun and if I do that, I'd have to cut out a lot of the stuff on my resume because then it would be like, oh, well, if you worked full time here, here, and here, how did you have time to go to school? EA in history. Tell me about some history. 1492 from the mystery of the ocean blue. Just some cool history facts. I sincerely doubt that they do not check. Sincerely. I sincerely doubt they do not check. You hired and you never checked? Well, I'm sure there's one of 100 of yous. I have a BA in jorkology. Also, can I fucking go on a rant about LinkedIn culture? I fucking hate LinkedIn culture. Everyone there is fucking disgusting. It's so fucking gross. The shit that I see on LinkedIn is so bad. It's like I don't know how else to explain it. It's bad. Hold on. I'm pulling up LinkedIn. It's just so fake. Why do people like being like that? I just don't. It's all fake positivity. And see, like, I don't know what this. There's a post somebody made to the office managers and admin assistants group. If you were able to believe in Santa Claus for like 8 years, you can believe in yourself for like 5 minutes. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? It's so fake. Like, just be normal. Did an AI write that? Psychopaths on LinkedIn. I believe that shit. Do more things that make you forget to check your phone. Here's the fucking bullshit about that is that then they expect you to have your phone on you at all times, even off of work, so they can contact you. That's what my last job was. Do more things that make you forget to check your phone, but fuck you and you're fired if you don't check your phone off hours when I need to contact you. Got us worked up now. It's just fucking bad, right? It's so disingenuous, and they do this. It's like office culture and work culture. Everyone's just so positive until you don't do the thing that we like, and you shouldn't be doing off work hours, but we're gonna police that too anyways. Like, eat my ass. God, let me scroll some more. Know how to listen, and you will profit even from those who talk badly. What are you doing on LinkedIn? Hi, Mossy. Everyone wants to be a thought leader? Yeah. Everyone wants to be so profound and prophetic. Positions are temporary, ranks and title are limited, but the way you treat people will always be remembered. But if you're at our job and you look at, but we're gonna terminate you because we didn't make record profits this year. We only made like a little profit. So that's why positions are temporary, because we made them temporary. We made your position temporary. Why doesn't anybody want to work anymore? Oh, we can only let you go. We let you go after a year. We just can't. We can't afford to keep you. We only made $5 billion, and we should have made $6 billion. Very smart. You're so here's the thing. I'm actually not very smart. And in the sense I'm not book smart, right? So like I am, however, very adaptive. I can learn things quickly and find like other ways to do them that are like faster or whatever. But if you tell me to sit there and like memorize something, I can't do it. And that's why I always did really bad in school, because I can't just sit and read and retain. I just experience and learn that way, and then I can retain. So if you give me a book to read and give me a test, I probably will fail. I'll fail 100%. You're adaptable, you're good. Yeah, but everybody puts adaptable on their resume even if they're not, you know? I put I'm smart on my resume and it doesn't fucking matter. One referral from a customer is more effective than 100 outbound messages. Fuck off. 12 steps for self-care. 1, if it feels wrong, don't do it. 2, say exactly what you mean. 3, don't be a people pleaser. Unless you're in the fucking retail business. 4, trust your instincts. 5, never speak bad about yourself. 6, never give up on your dreams. 7, don't be afraid to say no. 8, don't be afraid to say yes. 9, be kind to yourself. 10, let go of what you can't control. 11, stay away from drama and negativity. 12, love. That one's in all caps. The love was in all caps. 12 was just love. So, hey, y'all, don't forget to love. Did y'all forget? Did y'all forget that? I'm so glad this LinkedIn post was here for me to tell me to not be afraid to say no and to not be afraid to say yes. This is the best. Undertale taught me this level of violence. Sucked at history and other stuff. Yeah, pump shit in your brain, vomit back on a bit of paper. Yeah, it's true. I always did bad at school because of that. Well, not always. I would say middle to high school. I just can't retain. And do you know what I attribute to that? I did really well before middle school academically. And I think that's because since you're so young, teachers are very hands-on, right? They're like doing experiments and they're like very visual. And then when you get to middle school, then it becomes textbooks. Textbook. And as soon as we got to fucking textbooks, that's when I started struggling. Yeah, they would do, like, science teachers would do experiments and shit like that. And it was very visual. It was very visual learning. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I suspect. Can't figure out anything new. I have something good problem solving. Yeah, I'm more of a, oh my God, here's our current issue. How do we fix it? And then I figure out ways to fix the issue. That's where I excel, I think. I attribute that to playing puzzle games. From the rich schools? Absolutely not. But school I went to? Absolutely not. My public school that I went to was so small in a town nobody's ever heard of. And I had the same classmates from kindergarten until I graduated. That's how small it was. Everybody was on the same campus. I say campus like it was big. It was 1.5 buildings. Science experiments? Okay, I think you're thinking science experiments as like crazy scientists. What I mean by science experiments are like a teacher would be up at the front of the class and there would be a half pipe, and then they would show us the law of motion by dropping a ball into the half pipe. That's a science experiment. You see what I'm saying? That's not expensive. That's a half pipe diorama with a ball that they drop. I just feel like we're very visual with our children, and as soon as our children become preteens and teenagers, they're just handed books and are like, okay, read the book and figure it out. Now have a test. Or they'll draw diagrams on the board, or they'll like that's the best I'm not talking like, oh, we're gonna take chemicals and we're gonna mix them. No, you're not doing that for toddlers. Physics, you must roll so many balls. Yeah, because we got a lot of bad well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying when we're children, they're very hands-on with learning. And then you get to middle school and it's very hands-off. Here's a book, read this chapter, and you'll take a test on it in a couple of days. And I just can't learn that way. I get bored. I lose interest. I get bored. My mind, I'll read a paragraph. Halfway through the paragraph, I'm thinking about something completely different. I realize that I've stopped retaining any information. I go back and I start at the beginning of the paragraph and it starts again, and it's just a cycle. See, and that's why I sucked at history, because I can't remember dates, and fucking history is all dates. When did this happen? When did this happen? When did this happen? What year was this? What day and year was this? What? I can't do it. I can't even remember half the people I know's birthday. And that's my immediate life. You think I'm gonna remember what happened 70 years ago in 19 whatever? Absolutely not. I'll comment on their LinkedIn. That's a stupid idea every time they post something. Dude, that's great. Now that's entrepreneurship. This is stupid and you're stupid. At least depending on the teacher. Well, see, I like history. I like learning about history, but history class was all about dates. Like when we were learning about history and the things that happened, that was interesting. But when you go and take the fucking test, it was like, what year was so-and-so born? What year did this happen in? And I'm like, I can tell you about that thing. I can tell you what happened during that time, but I can't tell you when that happened. What is this for? Nothing. It's just 100 Years War started in 1336. Oh no. A LinkedIn troll group? I would if it didn't show our real names. We're both speaking weirdos. Dude, I'm telling you, I can't even remember people important to me. I can't remember their birthdays. And it's not because I don't care. It's just because my brain doesn't retain any of that information. I need to pop out the chat. I put down on the calendar as soon as they mention on the calendar. And then what happens when the next year rolls around? What happens when I lose my phone? But is it repeated? I can't put the war of whatever as a repeated event every day. That's just information I can't retain. I could put people's birthdays on a digital calendar. However, that doesn't help me academically. That doesn't help me in a way that would help me pass a class. I can't look at my Google Calendar. You see what I'm saying? You're solving one problem, but I'm not saying I'm a shitty person. I don't remember my friends' birthdays. I'm saying I can't remember those dates. I can't even remember dates that are pertinent to me with my friends. Mossy, I graduated in 2006. There were no phones. Yeah. There were no phones. To use ChatGPT, there was no AI. We were lucky to maybe have a old ass fucking computer lab. Okay? Okay, again, I graduated in 2006, which means I would have gone to college in 2007, 8, 9. I think the iPhone might have come out in like 2008. I think. But even then, it was not affordable. You think a college me could afford? I was living paycheck to paycheck, working retail. I can't afford to go to college, Mossy. I live in the United States. MP3 player only came out 10 years ago. The most expensive piece of equipment I owned around that era was a Zune. And it had just come out, and it was the most expensive piece of hardware that I owned at the time. But even then, it had no internet capability. Zune. Z-U-N-E. That's how old it is. Nobody knows what it is. I'm so fucking sick of the job market, dude. Because teachers want them to put away their phones in class. We had to hand over our phones at the start of class and got it back at the end. The most fancy thing you could do on those was write an S by typing 7 4 times. You had a cell phone? What, in high school? I could not even afford a PSP, Draco. I worked at GameStop at the time. I made basically minimum wage, maybe $1 more than minimum wage, which at the time was like, minimum wage here was $5.25, and I think I made like six something, like 6.15 or 6.20. And I didn't even get 40 hours a week. I got 32 hours a week. And I was an assistant manager at GameStop. I couldn't afford a smartphone. Rich kids had smartphones. Now everyone has one, which I'm grateful for. I'm not saying like, oh, they don't deserve to have cell phones. I would have killed to have a cell phone back, like a smartphone back then. There were no smartphones when I was in school. I went to college for like a semester, and I was like, I can't do this. I reiterate, I did not go to a rich school. I went to the smallest fucking public school you could imagine. It had no funding. It had no state funding. It was all funded by the city. Yeah, I was way, way, way already working in 2012. I remember I wanted an iPhone so bad. And I think it was like a second gen iPhone I bought used. and then I couldn't afford the data package, and I returned it. I returned it like a week later. I had to pay a $30 restocking fee, but I was gluttonous, and I was like, I'm gonna get one. This was like, I don't even know, like 2010 or something. And I was like, I'm gonna get one. All my friends have one. And then I couldn't afford. I got it, and I made like one payment, and my bank account was almost in the negative. And I was like, I gotta return this. I gotta get this back. All the really rich kids at my school when I was in high school had Razor phones. That's what the rich kids had. Razor flip phone, baby! Slide phones, flip phones. Yeah, I had the coolest phone that I ever afforded on my own was a sliding phone. So it was, you'd slide it horizontal, and it was a full keyboard under it. I don't think it was an HTC, but I don't think it was the Desire. It was about shoes. Slide phones, flip phones, all that fancy shiz. Dude, I worked my ass off. I worked 2 jobs my senior year of high school to afford my first car. I went to school half day. It was co-op. So at 12, I went to co-op, and then I went to my first job. And then when that job ended at 5, I had to be at my other job by 6. And then I worked from 6 to 11 p.m. And then I went home, woke up, went to school the next day, did it over again to try and even afford my first car. And I bought a fucking used ass Pontiac. It's the only thing I could afford. I loved that car to death. I miss that car. It wasn't as square as that one, Baseman. It did slide up like that one did, but it didn't look like that. I think mine was blue, and it was rounded. I loved that phone. I guess we'll get off this screen since we're just chatting. Hi, everybody. I don't know. Knock off BlackBerry, no slide, but full keyboard. I never had a BlackBerry looking or BlackBerry phone. Hi. Hello. But yeah, it's I don't know. Physical keyboard. Yeah. Yeah, me too, Nitty. I found it the first time I got a smartphone. I was so technologically inept at using the keyboard. This isn't tactile enough. Oh God, I'm still scrolling through LinkedIn. Stay coachable through all phases of life. Never stop learning and listening. Wow, so inspirational. Oh, wow. Kids these days will never even master the art of texting inside your pocket. Any physical keyboards? Well, no, I'm fine with it now, but I remember making the change from the physical keyboard to the virtual one. And I remember hating it because I wasn't used to it. Where's feedback? Did I press it? Oh no, now it's triggered thrice. Or texting. No, it's because texting used to be you texted with numbers. You didn't have a keyboard. You used to text with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you had to know how many times to press each number to get the letter that you wanted. That's what texting used to be. BlackBerry. Yeah, Nydia mentioned BlackBerry phones. Yeah, I wanted to see, press 1 3 times. Yep. That's originally why I think we shortened a lot of words, like U to the letter U. People saw it as a dumb way to text, but honestly, it was just so much faster. Dude, people who had Blackberries were wealthy. If you don't protect your team, you can't call yourself their leader. Fuck off. Don't ever let anyone convince you that you can't do something. Fuck off. Sometimes you can do something, sometimes you can't. And when you can't, just fucking ask for help. Get over yourself. Jesus Christ. I used to work with a girl who, oh my God, she was so annoying. Every time, she was new to the position, and every fucking time you tried to help her, she'd be like, oh, I know. Oh, I know. Well, if you know, why didn't you fucking do it right the first time? Jesus Christ. Oh, I know. I knew that. I know. Eat my ass. I'm trying to help you. It's okay if you don't know. It's okay not to know something. It's okay to ask. Just ask. Nobody's gonna be mad at you. You don't have anything to prove. So dumb, dude. Like, my God. I very briefly worked at a bakery that I quit after like a month and a half. I worked at a bakery because I'd never worked at a bakery before, and they used some very specific software because it wasn't like a small bakery. It was like a mass production bakery. So people would call in their orders, like chefs from restaurants would call in what they wanted, like how much bread they wanted. And you had to input it into the system, but it was such a specific and fucking backward ass system. I had to take notes. So I was writing notes, how to navigate this new software that was written specifically for this company. I was writing down all my notes. Okay, do this. When they call in, press this, look for this. And make sure, this measurement means this. If they ask for this many, that means this amount of dough and blah, blah, blah. After 2 weeks, this fucking bitch, she was like, oh, you should know this by now. You should know this. Took my fucking notes and threw them in the trash. Threw my fucking notes in the trash and was like, you should know this already. And the next time somebody called, I fucked it up because I didn't have my notes and I got in trouble. And right then and there, I was like, I quit. I was like, your manager is terrible. She's a terrible person. She's mean. And I'm taking notes and I'm not harming anybody. And she threw away my notes. I was like, I quit. I said, and I think it's better that I don't do 2 weeks. I think it's better if I just leave today. And they pulled in the manager and be like, oh, well, we think we can resolve this. And I was like, no. I said, I'm the only one she's doing this to. She obviously doesn't like me very much, which is whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I said, but there was no reason for her to throw away a tool that I created to help me because she thinks I should know it by now. Abso-fucking-lutely not. She was like 19. She'd been working there for like a year and a half. They had her as like whatever customer service manager. No, fuck that bitch. Ridiculous. I'd never had somebody yell at me so bad before. like for no reason. And sometimes, oh, here's the thing. Sometimes there was a burger joint that really liked that bakery, which was fine. And he was really nice, and he would bring burgers by as like a thank you every once in a while when he came to visit and pick up dough. And he was coming by, and he was like, hey, who's working there? Do I need to bring burgers? And she was like, yeah, absolutely. And she turned to my other coworker and said, what kind of burger do you want? And told him. And I'm sitting literally on the other side of her. She didn't even look at me. And she was like, yeah, 2 burgers. And then hung up. And I looked at her. And she was like, oh, did you want one? I was like, no, actually, no. I don't eat burgers. I did eat burgers, but she was being a bitch. It was so vindictive, the shit she did, for no reason. I don't know if she didn't like me because I was older than her. Like, I was just like, this is stupid. This is so stupid. I hate this fucking. And yeah, so I brought it up to her manager, which was like the baker, like he was in the back, head of all the people doing the actual baking. And like, I just can't. She was vicious. Dude, she was vicious. And it's like, I don't need to be liked everywhere I work, okay? It's fine. There are tons of people I don't like when I work. It's fine. But here's the thing. You can't bully them, okay? You can not like them all and people can not like me all they want, but you can't bully me. You can't. I can't bully them. They can't bully me. That's just the way of the world. And if you can't fucking deal with that, then you don't deserve to be in the position that you are. You don't deserve a manager position. The shittiest manager. Only topped by, I worked at a UPS store once. Okay? Only topped by, when I worked at the UPS store, and this is the only one I ever walked out on, because I was working there, and the owner of the store was having a really tough time, and his wife was out sick with bronchitis, and she normally did like payroll and stuff, and I didn't know anything about payroll, but I learned it, and I offered to start doing the payroll. Now keep in mind, I was making literal minimum wage. I was not making a cent more than the actual minimum wage at the time. History you've heard, yeah. And so she's still getting a paycheck. She hasn't worked a single day since I started that position, which was like 2 months in. And she was still getting a paycheck. I knew exactly how much she made. I was writing everyone's paychecks and doing all the payroll. And she comes in pissed off. I was sitting, my feet hurt. I had just sorted all the mail and I was sitting down. And she starts fucking barking at me, telling me if she could, she would pay me less. If she were legally able to, she'd pay me less. So I went to lunch that day, and I never came back. That's the only time I've ever walked. I've just not even given anything notice. I didn't say I quit. I got so many phone calls. Are you coming back? Are you coming back? Are you coming back? I just let them all go to voicemail. Fuck them. Fuck them, dude. You're going to sit here and treat me like that? No, absolutely not. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I have more bakery. I was only at that bakery for like a month, and I have so many fucking stories. What the fuck is wrong? Yeah. Making the workplace petty. Yeah. Yeah. She was the owner's wife, so she felt like she could talk to me however she wanted, I guess. I don't know. It's so bad. Dude, at another bakery story. Remember my notes got thrown away? Okay, so a restaurant called, and I pulled them up, and they just said, I want my usual. And they have all their past orders in there. And so I was like, okay, you just want what you got last time. And he was like, yeah. And so I pulled up the restaurant name. I reordered what they got last time and they got it. And he called and he said, "This is not what I got last time." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "This is, I don't know what this is." He was like, "This is like pretzel dough and like I don't know. This isn't what I ordered." I was like, "Well, hold on. Let me put you on hold. Let me figure this out." And I went to, now this wasn't the manager girl. This was like another guy that worked there that had been there a long time. And I was like, "Hey, I just got a call from whatever restaurant. They said they wanted what they got last time. And so I reordered it, but they said they got it and it wasn't correct." So they looked it up. They were in the system twice. There was like, the restaurant had the name "the" in it, so there was "the whatever restaurant," and then there was just "whatever restaurant." And I looked up the restaurant under the full name, the whatever restaurant, and that was, I guess, a couple of years old. They were in there by another name, and he yelled at me. I've never been screamed at before. "You fucking idiot! I can't believe all you had to do was ask." I was like, every time I ask you a question, you tell me I should know this information already. Every single time I asked a question, they would say either "figure it out" or they get really fucking annoyed with me for not already knowing. The yelling part, I got home. I didn't cry, but I just went to sleep. I got home at about 5 o'clock and just went to sleep. And I slept until the next morning. I was so miserable. Yeah, I just crashed. I got home, took my shoes off. I didn't even change. I just got into bed and went to sleep. I looked at him and I was like, why would I have known? Why was they in there twice? "Oh, well, it was in there and then somebody created a new one." And so I've been working here for like 3 weeks. How was I supposed to know that? How was I supposed to know that? What is happening? I'll strangle you. I'll kill you. Less anxiety, more lull. Sorry, Glud. Ugh. No ID, just that. Yeah, so in the program of this bakery, of this large bakery, you would, every time a chef would call in, they would say the name of the restaurant and you'd pull up the name of the restaurant. The difference is, the specific restaurant that I pulled up was in there twice because one of those two original customer service reps put in the name of the restaurant, like made an entry for them, and then at some point later, like a year later, started putting in orders for that restaurant under the same name without the at the beginning. So when he said "this is the whatever restaurant," I typed in "the whatever restaurant" instead of just "whatever restaurant." Because apparently they've been putting orders under the restaurant without the on our end, but had previously had the on it. And they were so pissed because when the restaurant doesn't get their, if it's a burger restaurant, right, and they order a certain amount of buns per day, that means they had 0 buns. That restaurant was pissed. The restaurant had 0 buns for that day to sell for their burgers. So the restaurant was pissed at the company and the company was pissed at me. Yep. The only good thing about that job was at the end of the day, if there was bread left over, we got to take some of it home for free. That was the only good thing about that job. Also, the delivery drivers, they were all really fucking cool. Every delivery driver that worked there was so chill. Loved those guys. Super quick-witted when it's way too late. Yeah. Oh yeah. When it comes to confrontation, generally I just start crying. I'm actually surprised I didn't cry when the guy yelled at me. I think I was just at a breaking point. Having my notes been thrown away, having been talked to, having blah, 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 blah. Like, at that point, I was just like, I have to survive. I was like in full survival mode. I know that sounds really dramatic, but it really, really, really fucks with you when you work at a place where everyone has explicitly expressed their dislike for you. You're miserable all the time. It's one thing if somebody doesn't really like you and you kind of know it, but you don't really interact a whole lot. But when somebody that you interact with every single day, and it's not just one person, it's like 2 or 3 people explicitly express that they do not like you every single day that you work, and they're the only people that you really interact with, it destroys you. Yeah, having to go and dreading it, it's awful. It's misery. It's actual misery. Psychological warfare, dude. That's why I stream on Twitch, everybody. I'm so tired of people. Oh, you talking shit about me? Banned. You saying some shit? Banned. You don't like me? Banned. Fuck you up so bad. It is, yeah. Those two are the worst 2 experiences I've ever had working. The bakery and the UPS store. Those are the 2 worst places I've ever worked in my entire life. Like with GameStop, it was the same thing. Like I knew there were a couple of people that didn't really like me. It's fine. That's fine. But they were at minimum professional. At minimum professional. You know what I mean? they were it was like, hey, we got to work together. I know we don't like each other. Let's just get through the day. And it's like, all right, I got you, you know? It's like, all right, cool. Burnout recovery experience is rough. Yeah. Girl boss in my eyes. You're very poggers. Care. You're so sweet. Thank you. An older guy and we fucking hate each other. Had to work with him like 10 out of 12 hours for 2 years. It was such a strange dynamic by the end of it. Say more that. Yeah. GameStop. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and like I said, I don't expect everyone in the universe to universally love me, right? That's just the way of the world. I don't universally like working with everybody. That's just how it is. But at minimum, I would never bully them. I'd never talk down to them. Just get your shit done and let's go home. Get your shit done, let's go home, and then we don't have to talk to each other for the next 12 hours, okay? This is a paycheck. I'm here to make money so I can pay bills. But man, yeah, if I have to go back into retail, I might apply to like GameStop or something again. Probably not, but I might. I would hate to, but here we are. Head full of steam and all that. Yeah. Yeah. I just can't, I don't know. I can't imagine bullying in the workplace. It's like we're fucking adults. We're here to make money. I'm not asking you out for a drink, okay? We're not going to a fucking social retreat. Just do your job and go home, dude. If you have a question, ask me. I'll answer your question. You don't have to, again, you don't have to know everything. I don't know. I'm gonna ask a question. Poor Frogbert. See, Frogbert is professional at minimum, right? Yeah, let's just get through this. Exactly. Exactly. Now that I've been on my job rant, I guess we can beat the video game now. Is he a very wholesome Chungus? Is he though? Is he? I used to have fun at work. All I had to say was, if work was fun, it would be called free time. Work is to make money. which I can then use my free time and have fun. Can I go back to work now so I can go home on time? Yeah. May is no. Today we beat the game. I'm pretty sure. I need to get off this LinkedIn site. When praying for a job, also pray for a culture that gives you respect, growth, and peace of mind. Fuck off. I'm so sick of this LinkedIn of these LinkedIn posts. Worst. That Monday? I know, and I thought I was close, but I wasn't close. My downfall for sure. Oh, somebody posted a picture of John Lennon and a quote. Being honest may not get you a lot of friends, but it'll always get you right ones. John Lennon was a bad person. I'll say it. He was not a good person. Don't fucking quote John Lennon and put a black and white picture of him on LinkedIn. Jesus Christ. He cheated on his wife. Fucking stop posting pictures of John Lennon quoting him. Cheating was fine though. That's crazy. He cheated on his wife and broke up the fucking band. And he was a douche. Jesus Christ. Get me out of here. Get me out of LinkedIn. I don't want to look at this anymore. There he is. There's the boy. Let me look up a quote. A quote. Hey, it's okay to cheat on your wife as long as it's with a hot Japanese chick and you break up your band. And you're mean to everyone you come across. That's the real way of things. A lot of news? What, the Beatles? That's old news. That's old dang news, dude. What are you talking about? He cheated on his wife with Yoko Ono and then brought her everywhere and she was fucking nuts. He's the reason the Beatles broke up. Oh, hey, Dad. Sorry. I was making fun of John Lennon, but I can't do a Liverpool accent. My bad. So I had to get the most, you know, whatever generic one I could think of. Thank God it sucks. Just making fun of John Lennon, that's all. Really? You can't say a Liverpool accent? I think I like most, if not all, accents from there. Liverpudlian. Oh, sorry. You're so right. And you're no Beatles fan? Wowie, wow, wow. I would say I'm a fan of their older stuff, not so much their newer stuff. I was more of a George fan myself, even when he went through his weird, like Zen stage. The best. Angry and energetic. The Unity chat, everybody's sharing job experiences, everybody agreeing on how much people suck.
You?
Hell yeah, dude. We're about 10 seconds for biting. You were I was very mad. Once a week? I don't think so. I don't have enough passion in my body. The only reason I had that much passion in my body is because I've been job hunting all morning. And LinkedIn pisses me off. It's so fake. Everything there's fake. Somebody posted a black and white picture of John Lennon and a John Lennon quote. And was like trying to be all philosophical and shit. You eat my ass, dude. Which side of the line is strawberry fields? Forever. Yeah, I needed to vent. I'm just so sick of all the rejection letters. And it's hard to get like back into the industry of like doing voices and stuff. Once you're out, it's like really hard to get back in, especially when a lot of the people that you knew are gone. Either physically or mentally. Late, yeah. I'm more of a like a Hard Day's Night era fan. And I've been working like a dog. 8 days a week. I love you. Job hunting sucks so much. A friend of mine just got rejected by some company because they accused him of using AI on the software puzzle. Oh no.
Hey!
Hey! Had to wait for his maid to make the bed before he could protest by laying in it? What? Who? Who? These they just doubt him and it's enough for them. Dude, I don't even want to go on this fucking AI rant. Look, I'm not a big fan of using AI art like for commercial purposes, okay? I think that's bad and that's wrong. That's my hot take. However, when you start fucking going after people on the internet, on Twitter and shit, because you think they might have used AI and you start nitpicking all their fucking art that they drew themselves and do a fucking huge ass witch hunt because their hand was slightly off, and then you get the whole fucking internet to hate them, you gone too far. You gone too far on the other on the scale. John Lennon. Oh, he did a protest with Yoko laying in bed for days, but they had to have their maid make it before. Dude, fuck John Lennon. Fuck that guy. Not rage. Luckily, Corey usually went live after I was done, so I could take it out on him. I'm applying for a tech job, rejecting them for showing off their tech skills. You deserve to burn in the fucking ground. Yeah. Yeah. People speculate. I watched this whole fucking documentary on an amazing artist that's been drawing for years and like posting on Twitter, and someone found a piece of their art and said that, oh, the color's bleeding here and their hand is a little wonky and this is very typical of AI art, and did this whole fucking witch hunt where people were like shaming this guy. And he made a huge fucking Twitter, it was a Japanese artist, and he made this Twitter post and he was like, I'm sorry you think my art is AI, I've been trying my best. He was like, I just do this for fun as a hobby. It's what I love doing, but I can't take this anymore. And he just deleted everything. He was like, I can't, you know. And the person made a post. The person who started the fucking witch hunt apologized, but it was too fucking late. That's what you get. Fucking witch hunt bullshit, dude. Oh, this is AI because the hand is a little wonky and the color's bleeding here, and if you look really closely, like their eyes drooping, and it's like, dude, he's just not a perfect artist. Just relax. Hands are too hard to draw. I'm so mad on his back. Poor tech guy.
Have you met with everyone you wanted? When you're ready, head to the Satsuma base.
Okay, time to kill Odahuma. Message redacted.
Kill all humans. Destroy all humans. Those answers so similar. Are they AI as well? Oh no. I'm not real. I'm an AI. Oh God.
No need to be so stiff. It's the difficult things that end up the most interesting. Never be so uptight you can't enjoy the moment. Right then.
And
Let's
where's
go.
nightmares come true? They're giving AI.
This is no time for games or evasions. Let us be straight with each
Okay,
other.
AI toe.
Naturally,
Oh
we have
God.
the same intention. So let us talk.
First, the new administration's requests.
There's already an AI VTuber. It was made by Beetle. Yep, Nero. He's fully AI. There's also Mother, I think, is also VI. Like Mother V3 or whatever. It's time to end this. Oh, replacing the VTuber. Oh.
So you're determined to interfere?
Okay, hey, hey! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Anyone?
Get fucked.
Let me done.
Ouch. Ouch.
You've always been
Ouch.
too soft.
Uh-oh. Come on, dude.
They're only using you. Why can't you see this?
Oh, come on! Hey, Mod! Do not. Ouch. Ouch. You missed my rant, Moth. Come on, dude. Okay, I'm kind of sick of that.
Without war, what purpose, what worth would we have?
Ouch.
You've improved.
Oh, come on, dude. The LinkedIn incident.
Why can't you understand?
What do you mean?
You of all people!
Give it up. I will fight for a new day.
Okay. Okay! Hey, stop changing weapons! kill me though!
Stop you. No matter what.
We're veiled edge. We're meant to be together. And we can be together.
Okay, that's not necessary.
It's for you that I seek to change the world. Stand aside!
Ah! LinkedIn is a scam. Hey, Pompo. Sorry you're feeling shitty. Hope you feel better soon.
I wanted to make a world where we could live together. Just let me die by your hand.
Stop the fucking killing! Spare! So sick of the killing! Everyone's dying! Stop it! My own brooder. Anybody kill wouldn't hurt. This is small. Just a
You mean to
little
mock
kiwi.
me?
If you turn Edo into a sea of flames, that family will be torn asunder. You'll become just like the people we hated.
It's a creative
My only
LinkedIn.
goal in
Oh no!
Was to create a nation where we could thrive. And you're telling me to just give up.
This is the end of the game. Sorry, Mom.
Why not?
Ouch! Thank you for the love.
It's a new dawn for Japan. It could be for you, too.
No, I wish to leave this land. I'll watch things unfold from some far-off place.
Your cool 1860s robot arm. That makes sense.
Even if we're apart, still we are one.
That is true. My brooder! Goodbye, my brooder.
Separately formidable. Together, unstoppable.
The true brooder. The truder.
Blade twins are
Too
forever
perfect.
tied together by the bonds of fate.
Goodbye, me brooder. We did it, everybody! Wahoo! We beat the game! Wahoo, wahoo, wahoo! Dude, not a single kiss to be had in this whole fucking game. Are you kidding me? Not one little smooch! I know, kissless! 90% kissless run. They insinuated a kiss may or may not have may have happened, but they didn't show it. Those cowards. Look at them all in business suits. At least Ryoma's alive, I guess. Guess no life. Tell me about it. What kiss she deserves. Gonzo is alive. He's alive and well. And he accompanied me on my last mission. Poor Gonzo. I don't want to skip it in case there's like an after cutscene or something. He might be in debt, but he might not be. Maybe he's really good at gambling. I lent him a cat a couple times so he could distract the other people gambling so he could win more. Avengers? All games are like that now, dude. Hey, what game do y'all think I'm playing next? Do you have a guess? No. 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 Ryoma! My husband. Okay, come on, dude. There it is. Ryoma! New York! Oh! Uh-oh. Me brooder and me lover?
The age of the samurai draws to a close.
He didn't
But
get
the
might be.
samurai spirit lives on, and new horizons await.
Honk honk.
Following the talks between Kaishukatsu and Takamori Saigo, the shogunate forces surrender Edo Castle. With that, those who dreamed of a new dawn for Japan succeed in avoiding full-blown war in Edo, saving countless lives.
Big Death might know what game I'm playing after this. What the? Public order's been disturbed! Iverness Coat. Post-completion features. The Midnight difficulty setting is now available. Ally missions have been unlocked. Use the Testament of the Soul to play high-risk, high-reward missions. Breakthrough skills have been added to the stats menu. Okay. But what? Okay. Yep. Understood. Okay. Piece of masterwork equipment. Oh! Oh. I mean, it looks alright, I guess. What is this? Clear-headed samurai. I think I have any other clear-headed samurai stuff. Mighty warrior. Blind and kissless. Okay, these shoes do not go. Hold on. I wear that looks a little bit. No. No. Oh. Those go a little better. It's a little weird, but that's okay. Look at those shoes, dude. Now I'm styling. Craft blacksmith options at your craft blacksmith. Okay.
I hope you don't mind my being here.
I do not mind you being here, Sugamo. Oh. Ooh.
Are you heading out?
H&Edo sneakers. Can we save? Here we go. Dawn of a New Japan. No. I was in Death's stream while he was streaming the game that I'm gonna play next. Suitable detergent. I'm gonna be right back because I have to pee really bad. And then I'm gonna start the game that we're gonna be playing, okay? I'm gonna start it right now. I haven't launched it yet, so there we go. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Oh my god, yes! Please run the game. Run the video game, please. Any crane enjoyers? No, not schedule 1. Ouch. Oh, it's lagging. It's lagging real hard because we're compiling shaders. Shadows? No. Schedule 2. Yeah. That's the one. Crow? You are. Officially. Put that on your resume. Me too. An idiot lives this every day. Right, idiot?
What you are about to witness is probably a video game.
You're so right, Frogbert. Crouton, is that his name? Crouton. Ooh. Unreal. Contains flashing images, strong language, and sensitive themes, including loss, death, and traumatic events. Some scenes may be distressing to some players, and specific imagery may be okay. Don't look. Everybody close your eyes. English menu narration off. Titles on. Directional indicator. Sound source indication. I see. Captions. Oh, radio buzzing. I see. I'll turn that on for Rena. In case she ends up watching. Next. Guiding strain activate game start. Probably. Dynamic range. We're gonna turn down the master volume a smidge. We'll do 85. Okay. It's so dark for you guys. Wait for a moment. Oh yeah, you missed a little Croman. Yeah, folk tales from the bayou. Or the bayou, depending on where you're from. Graphic settings have been automatically configured to optimize games, so you still adjust, would you like to custom it? Not now. Honk honk. Rewind! Play it back 30 seconds ago. Hold on, I will be right back though, because I do have to pee. So I'm gonna put that up, and then I gotta change all my shit on my streaming stuff. So you'll have to give me a second to change up my title, my game category on Twitch and YouTube. So, but I will be right back. No, I haven't peed yet. I don't pee my pants unless something scary happens. Okay, bye. Be right back. Hello. What did I miss? Everybody wash your hands. Hope so. Little pervert. Okay. More Rise of the Ronin. South of midnight. And what should we name the stream? Who's this? Second. Come on, bro. Oh, free on Steam. Nice. I don't know how to tell YouTube to stop streaming. I unclicked it. Stop. YouTube, stop. Stop. I want to keep Rise of the Ronin on here. But I don't want to start playing because I have Rise of the Ronin in its own category. Please.